listening to Brain FM. We mix neuroscience and music to guide your brain into
All right, everybody, let's get into it now. So at CPI news today, price completely just sells off to the downside here. Now we're getting bullish SMT, so we could be expecting price to rip up a little bit, and then we'll see where we go from there. Maybe we pull back down and have a continuation down later, and that might actually give us a better setup. So to clear all this off there. To see what we're getting, we trade up higher on the daily, and then we start pulling back down. The 4-hour time frame, pull up, and then we start selling off. See if we have bearish SMT or not. No, we didn't. Not in the 4-hour. Then we started trading down into this range here, took out this short-term low, as well as right here, and now we're hitting this area where we've had a lot of rejection before. So it's not surprising that we're seeing some type of pullback back into the range here. Hey man, what's up? So now that we're pulling back, we want to see how much farther we can get it into that range. But looking at price, based on, let's go to the 5-minute. See how we're making lower lows, lower lows, lower lows, and we make a higher low here on ES, but a lower low here on NQ. That could be an indication that price wants to rip up higher. So we took out the higher time frame low. We have SMT, and now to get in sync with order flow here, you can really start to see what we get in price action. Let's go down to the 1 minute. It's taking forever. But now we just got this closure up above this 1 minute inversion, and now we're just continuing up. I wouldn't be surprised if we go up to these equal highs here, and possibly even up to there later. But down to a 30-second time frame, you can notice, let's actually go over here, just for these two. Go to the 30-second time frame. Market open, we traded down, and then we came back up and above this inversion here. So we got our bullish closure right here, and then we just used this breaker right here, rejected this breaker up to these highs. So that could have been a 30-second play, but I don't trade this early compared to like when market opens. Like this is like really early for me to want to get in a trade. So I really just let price play out, and then I go from there. So I'm actually going to pull up Forex Factory for the news so we can see what happened. So we got the red folder news here. We don't really have any more news today. So we're good on the news section, as you can tell. Next time we got news is Thursday. So we're going to expect the markets just to play out a little bit and then possibly give us a setup a little bit later. Get these highs here. Looks like we're going to hit these highs before we close this 3-minute inversion. I want to look at this 3-minute inversion. If we keep these highs intact, if we get a closure here in the next 16 seconds, we could expect this just to continue up to here and possibly up to here. That 1-minute inversion closed too. So yeah, it looks like it's going to close right here. Like we could rip up to those highs up there. Go to the 3-minute time frame. Yeah, TradingView is lagging today. It's going slow. So close, we just pulled right back down into here. I want to observe this. We're so bearish right now. We already took out this swing high. So I just want to observe to see if this wants to continue up or not. And we just took out this swing. Let's go to the 1 minute here. We took out this swing high, now we're just pulling back down. So I want to pay attention. What does price do in here? Does it keep rejecting this and go higher, or does it pull back down into here and give us something a little bit better like this to go up long? Nothing's that clear to me, so I'm not taking anything right now. But based on a 3-minute time frame, looks like this could go bullish here. With SMT, leave with displacement, close the inversion. We got to draw on liquidity here. Simple. This is trading lower as we're staying up bullish here. So I want to keep paying attention to that. I know 3-minute time frame trades aren't really my favorite. I like seeing 1-minute time frame inversion trades because it gives you more information on the chart. Now on this discount, this order block here on ES. Now we're pulling back down into here. So the question is, what if we continue to reject this high and we inverse this 3-minute here? And that could bring us lower, but the thing is, we just need to wait for more information. That's bottom line. Inversed this 2-minute a few minutes ago here, and we inversed it again here on this lower one. So this looks like we could possibly just sell off back down into these levels down here. I wouldn't mind seeing price sell off a little bit more into this wick and then giving us something a little bit later possibly to buy up. Reverse SMT in the wicks. 15-30 minute. Trading me is laggy today, man. This is ridiculous. There it goes. It's ripping up a little bit. So we'll see if this thing actually wants to go farther or not. We got a 30-second fair value gap here. So if we close this 30-second like this, which we are in about 3 seconds, I'd expect this just to keep ripping up to this high. So let's see if this wants to keep ripping up to this high here. We got all these equal highs. We just close this 30-second inverse here. Get this order block. So I want to pay attention to see what happens here with this price action. It's not the best, say that. I'll say that for sure. We'll see, does this take out the low here on ES and then we just continue here or not? So we got this order block here. If this order block here fails, it's probably going to keep going through. Nothing's high probability yet. Let's see how this 3 minutes looking still. Okay, 3 minute came down, rejected this fair value gap here. But then we came up and hit the high, pulled right back in. So this is very indecisive. We got this 1 minute order block here. That's not looking the best. And we're back down below that 30-second inverse that we were looking at over here. So this is like really low probability in here, but we'll keep watching it. Get up above this inverse here possibly if it wants to. If we can get back up above this, we could use this as a support to go long, but still, best to wait. Nothing's the best for clarity right now. Shift up, pull back down with this 3 minute for value gap that we're using as support. Just as of right now. I wouldn't be surprised if we just take out these highs and flip right back down. Alright, we close this 30-second inverse here. This 30-second for value gap right there. Closed it, instantly started pulling back in the low of the range. We got the order block here. I wonder if we're just going to rip right up to those highs there. So we're back up above this 30-second. So we took out this internal liquidity, shifted up, created these equal highs, pulled back down into this order block, closed this 30-second inverse here, as well as this 30-second inverse here. And then now we're just continuing to reject this inverse, as you can tell. And the question is, does it keep rejecting this and then go higher, or does it just say, screw it, let's break through these lows? So as you can tell, it's very indecisive right now, especially on the 2 minute, 3 minute. It doesn't really know what it wants to do. New 3 minute just opened. This looks bearish on ES, so we'll see what starts to happen here. Honestly, looking for the bigger picture. It wouldn't surprise me if we came back down below again. Give it something like that. Like I was saying earlier, that'd be a higher probability. If you had SMT at the lows here. Because this is just creating like time distortion right now. But drawing liquidities up here. Macro's about to start, so maybe we do rip up to this high. Maybe we do. Oh, takes out this internal high and pulls right back in. What do you know? Garbage price action. 5-second inverse. Does it use that 5-second inverse to trade back down to these lows? It might. It's looking like it's going to. Yep. And all these lows down here if it wants to reach towards it. That's crazy. You could read that on the 5-second chart for this price prediction right there. Check out these short-term lows here on ES. This low is still intact. Continuing to move lower here on YM as we're still consolidating up higher here, which is making me think we're selling off in these to possibly flip back up. Very hard to read condition. Yeah, I think we could pull back down into this 50, if not even deeper in this discount within here, and then give something up for a buy later. I would like to see if price wants to get down there and show me something. That's when I'd want to take advantage of an opportunity. took out the lows here. We reject this level. We never broke this low. Now we're ripping up towards those highs there. Shifted back up above this 15-second inverse, and now we're just launching up within our macro here. Looks like we're coming for these relative equal highs without even coming down to that discount we were talking about. We close this 30-second inverse here on ES. Look like we could trade up to this high here. Holy shit, NASDAQ, ripping it. Just looking at the overall bigger picture, we traded back down, came up. We got this high up within here. If we want to get up in there, we're seeing like a clear distribution on the higher time frame of it going lower here, higher here. We're staying bullish within this 3-minute fair value gap. You can never close down below it. We just continue to reject it as we came lower here. It didn't need to get back down to that discount within here to buy up. It just wanted to go, obviously, from right here when we hit the low. So notice how it came back up and now we closed back down below these inversions here in 30-second. I wonder if this wants to keep sending it down now. So we took out these highs here. I wonder if that's what we're going to get now. Still bullish here on NQ. We could also be in consolidation. I honestly hope crypto just starts selling off big time. Trade it back down into this fair value gap. We just inverse this 30-second again, but we just hit this long-term, well, this high up here. The bias is bullish, so we got to keep that in mind. Bullish SMT because that keeps going lower. So if we're going to go bullish, we need to stay up above this 30-second fair value gap here. So it's looking like this needs to keep going long from here. So this fair value gap would have to hold right here if we're going to keep going long. It looks like it wants to. Yep, there we go. We haven't hit the high yet. I put my alert in, but it never hit the high. We just tapped it. That 2 minute looks bullish as all F. That looks very nice. We broke through this high of the fair value gap. So that's bullish. Now we're trading down lower. Let's say we get down a little bit lower here on ES. And we stay above this high here. We just get into this discount. Maybe we create another IFVG or something. As long as this 2 minute wick holds intact, I believe we could see a rejection and keep going higher. Like that 5 minute close, so nice. It's just SMT in this 15 minute. But everything in these lower time frames are telling me it wants to keep going long. Well, not everything, but a lot of it is. As long as this low stays intact, I want to see what else we can get here in this price action. So now if we go to the 1 minute though, if we get this closure, I don't like this. We close this bearish. I want to keep in mind we have all this liquidity down here. Down below these lows. We just took out these highs. Taking a lot of this stuff off my screen here. Nah, it's not really looking good anymore. If you look at this chop here, we're back down below that 30-second. Not really looking the best. We need to see it get up above and use this order block here as a breaker. Actually, we might actually get the... He's got these equal highs up here. Okay, 3 minute for value gap was hit. So we're about to close that, as I was talking about. Now we could use this as a potential breaker. If this wants to reject this down, well, this up close candle now, that could send it up to these equal highs. That's possible. Not taking anything yet. So I just want to mark up what we have here. We traded down lower, took out all these lows, and we shifted up. And then we came up and we just took out these equal highs here. So now that we take out these equal highs, we want to see what we get here in this price action. It's all about marking up what do we have now. We got these equal highs up here that we could reach to. We also have these equal lows. The question is, does it want to keep rejecting here and hit these equal highs and keep going? Or we want to pull back down and maybe get something else, or pull back down even lower, hit these equal lows, and give us like an inverse to go long up to these highs. Preferably the best situation would be to see it pull back down into here. But I want to keep looking at side by side, like side by side with these two, and see what we keep getting here. 3 minute time frame, if we go to the higher time frame here, we see this 3 minute fair value gap that we're playing in. I want to see if that wants to keep projecting or if it doesn't. Yeah, 2 minutes left here. But it's looking as if we're going to keep moving down lower, which is completely fine. Nothing's A plus here, in my opinion. We hit out this high here, lower high here. And I want to pay attention, like, what areas do we have that we can mark up? So we got all these equal lows now down here, but we have these equal highs here. But we're leaving these equal highs. And we're leaving this with a huge displacement. So I want to mark up this 2-minute inversion fair value gap here. I want to see what price does in that inversion. Five minutes about to close bearish again. Got 3 seconds left. So we just close that. Another minute on this 2-minute candle. Now we got all this trendline liquidity here. The question is, do we just use this order block to send up above, back to these highs, and come back down later? Or do we just move down lower? It's too 50-50 for me right now. Past few weeks, this market's been shit. That's 30-second inverse close right there. Wonder if we're gonna reach up to this high now. Trend down below, lower low here, higher, well, let's see. Yeah, higher low here, lower low there. It's looking like we're gonna trade right up to these highs now. So after this inversion close here, we can look for a move up to these highs at some point. I want to pay attention to these highs up here now. We just got a 1-minute inverse closure. I'm gonna watch this trade right here. I'm gonna place a position on it. I like that 1-minute inverse here, and we're still trading down lower over here. So I'm just gonna place a trade, accept the risk on it. No big deal. We inverse the 2-minute, hitting this area. One thing I don't like about it is that we just hit this high, but overall we are bullish. So, as long as we stay up above, let's say this inverse here, We got this order block. We're coming back down into. Yeah, it's looking like we're gonna come right back down below it. Yep, close right back down below it. We just took out this low though, so we're gonna keep watching this here. If we inverse this 30-second, we can keep ripping right back up. We'll see. Oh wow, look at that. Let's come right back down to the. It's right here. It's order block. So we just inverse this 30-second here. I wonder if we're gonna reach right up to these highs now. 60, 70. This price action is fucking not good. So I'm currently in this buy right now, just accepting the risk on it. I'm seeing that we got the SMT. Yes, we came up higher. We took out the swing high already. But we made these equal highs here. We traded into this discount. We respected this order block, traded away with displacement. So I was using this 1 minute inverse here as a confirmation. I didn't catch the 30-second inverse just because it wasn't my cup of tea here, but we ripped up. Now I was using this 30-second for value gap. It's 50-50 at this point. Not really liking this price action, but if we get back up above it, awesome. If not, then keep trading down, whatever. I'll just look for something later. It's conditions just aren't favorable, if that's the way to put it. This 9 minutes should stay intact if we're gonna. This low should stay intact if we're gonna keep going long, but we'll see. So we just came up to this high here. The question is, do we just break this high and keep ripping, or not? Oh, we got all the way down there. Son of a bitch. Yeah, notice how we just came back up above. We made these equal highs now. But we broke through this high, so we have bearish SMT here. This is just very unfavorable conditions. Very, very unfavorable conditions here. It's a good example of sometimes no position is a position here. Fuck this price action. Fuck, man. I wanted to see it get up into this fair value gap, but it's not getting anywhere. Price doesn't know what to do with all this news that just came out. Yeah, we're coming down. I'm out. Took a loss on that one. That's all good. So I fully accepted the risk on this one. We traded up, equal highs up here, pulled back down into this range. When we pulled back down, we had bullish SMT here. So once we pulled back down, we hit this order block. So we're at 30-second. Actually, the order block's right here. We hit the order block and then we traded away. And once we closed here with displacement, we had these equal highs that were sitting up there, but we just hit this internal high. But still entered that trade. Right there. Could have moved to break even, but it's all good. Hit the high, 10 points. Well, it never hit the high. Then it just came back down. And then we just stayed in the trade. Could have, should have, would have. Not going to look at hindsight, but could have closed the trade here, break even, but I decided to accept the risk because we still had SMT. So I was going to stay confident in my setup, so that's what I did. So lower low, higher low again. So this was a loss. Let's go over to it. So I'll say that was a loss because we hit that high and we needed to make another swing lower possibly. So I'm going to close all this out off my screen. I'm fine with that loss. It's no big deal. On to the next one. So now looking at this, we're going to trade down, take out this internal liquidity, so we have a swing high, swing low, one more swing low. we go. It's a ripper, bud. Just want to come back down for another discount. Oh well, hit me out. I was a little early. No big deal. I'm not going to chase it to get back in. Follow my rules. Follow my plan. I was bullish to this high anyway, and possibly even up to there. Fuck it. I don't really care. Nope. Nature of the beast. It's all good. So it's right on this move. It just happened to be I was a little bit too early. Yo, that's so garbage price action. I'm actually happy I got hit out. It didn't even take these fucking lows here. Let me had SMT over here. Lower low. Yes, notice like I got stopped out on this leg down here. The last leg down. That's when I got stopped out. We shifted it over here. Oh well. No big deal. Just have to wait till the next trade. It's probably gonna be a little while though. Alright, that's it. That's all good. I'm done. I'm done with this session now. I'm gonna hop off. have my loss, and I'm gonna hop off. I'm not trying to fuck around too much and lose more, but I'll keep watching. But probably not gonna take anything until later, until something like else really just sets up. Looks like this train already left the station. We'll see. All right, take it easy, guys. Love y'all. Peace out.